few months ago with House of the Rising Sun back in the charts?
Still waiting for the royalty check.
What, from the first time round or this time round?
The first time round. I mean, not the first time round, but the first time round.
When was it recorded the first time?
60. Josh White, 1920.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm talking about the Animals version.
Yeah.
It was done in 60, what, 63?
65, 64. I'm not quite sure.
And how did it come about?
It must have been 64 because we were in London.
How did it come about you did that?
We were on a Chuck Berry tour, and everybody on the Chuck Berry tour was trying to out-rock the master. It's like, we're on this tour, and the rock and roll thing is basically like as aggression and power. And I thought the best thing to do was to do the opposite of what Berry was doing, or what everybody else would be doing behind Chuck, and that was to find a song that was like melodic and it's slow enough in tempo to be different from dang 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 dang. And House of the Rising Sun, sort of.
And you found it? You found the song?
Well, I've been singing it for a long time before I heard the Bob Dylan researched version.
Do you feel sort of I was going to say animosity, but any animosity against Rising Sun being a massive hit again?
I can only measure music or my musical experience by what the audience give back to me. And as long as people want to hear that song and they want to hear me singing it, and as long as people remember me by something no matter what it is, it happens to be that song.
Do you get asked for it? Do you get shouted? I mean, I get the thing when I go and start, I get people shouting out yes numbers. Do you get the same with Animal things? People like shouting out to do things?
No, they don't shout so much for House of Rising Sun as they do for things like Sky Boy, San Francisco. No, it's very much a feeling thing. It's like I know that if I walk off stage most nights in most countries, in most gigs, without singing that song, that people would feel cheated.
Very, very briefly, I wanted to ask you. I mean, Layla's just been a big hit again over here for Eric, the other Eric, Mr. Clapton. How's the Rising Sun again for you? I mean, I've got my own feeling as to why this music's coming round again and going back in the charts. What do you think is the reason for that?
Time and space. And time and space dictates what we do and where we live and how we live. And time and space is dictated in the music business that it's not just a generation thing, and we shouldn't be so hung up on rock and roll being a youthful thing. After all, Muddy Waters is 125. Chuck Berry's
going on 126.
Whatever. Yeah. And they're still up there doing it. And people, whatever, you're just still listening.
Is there another track of anybody else's, or an Animal track, or of your own, that you would think would come in the next 10 years?
Well, my personal vote goes for Louie Louie by the Kingsmen. I think that's a rock and roll single of all time.
Well, we'll try and get the Kingsmen on for the next time round.
Yeah, that could be good.
I didn't actually realise you came from Newcastle. Why is it that Newcastle can produce a singer such as yourself and such a lousy football team?
Yeah, well, like Texas, one plays to get out. The only thing about being good, about being, your Texas background being something of a benefit is that from the minute you were born, you realise that you have to get out. Get out of it, or get out of that place. I don't know.
No, seriously, I can't say a lot. I mean, I'm a Brentford supporter, but I don't.
No, while you're touching on the subject of footballers and athletics in general, I think that we suffer, and we suffered in our business up front. What they're suffering now is that the local feel has gone out of competition.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Professionalism of the business and the buying of talent rather than the earning of talent or the gaining of it is sort of like put it into the shape that it's in today, I think.
I'm not harping on Newcastle because I do love Newcastle dearly. City Hall, favourite place to play, but maybe the Arts Council who give Newcastle City Hall, Temperance, Dramatic Society £5,000 a year or whatever to put on their drama things, and yet for young musicians who have got a lot of new talent and things to offer, give them nothing at all?
Well, because in a way, I'm grateful that it's still the same as it was, because that's what rock and roll was designed for, was to overcome all problems. PA systems, rock and roll PA systems are designed to blitz a farmer's field or a football ground into a hall of music, that's what it is when you arrive there. An open-air gig, an open-air festival is done in a farmer's field or in a football stadium or in a baseball stadium. We've got everything but the right place to play in for ourselves.
The sad thing is that it took you away, and I think, as a personal thing, that rock and roll and music in general suffers because of the fact that it has sent people away, and people like yourself. And I'm actually seriously very knocked out that you came along and played. I enjoyed playing with you. I know the rest of the lads did, and hope you did as well.
For sure.
And I just hope that whatever happens in the next 10 years for other young rock and rollers, that maybe they don't have to go too far away from us, because it's a bit smashing to have you back.
Very good time. Really nice. Really fun. Appreciate it.
Make it up for cash.
All right.